What's going on, people? This is Market Omega back at it again with another weekly recap. I'm coming to you from madassmoney.com, link in the description below. I'll be going over some of the trades from this week, so let's go. All right. So going over some of the trades I took from this week. Let's just start with today, Friday. Let's see. So the first trade I took today was TLC. Now, before I get started, we've the same trend continues, right? I think I talked about this last week about these stocks, gapping up and then selling off at the open, and then some of them actually go sell off the entire day. And we've seen this trend, and it happens pretty much every year. And we're in August. I think the trend should start to change around that October time. But this is usually what happens. A lot of times there's not enough volume. The stocks just kind of, they pop up and then they just tank once the market opens. And also, the market makers are getting they're using these stocks as liquidity events to dump their shares. So that's why you see a lot of these scam wicks, like a stock will pop up and then just, pop up a little bit, sucker in some of the longs, and then they just use that liquidity to dump shares that they've been holding, and the stock just proceeds to tank. So that's pretty much the theme that's been perpetrated the last few weeks and months. And so, a good trader just takes advantage. You don't get bucked down on what's going on and start to, you start to think like, I don't have any way to make money. There's always a way to make money. You just have to adjust your strategy. And I had to do that, almost a month ago. So that said, TLC, that was the first stock I traded today. I pretty much traded this, I traded this in pre-market. I think that was like the trade I took in pre-market, actually. So TLC, I got some of this in pre-market, and then when the market opened, I traded this in pre-market. I don't know if I alerted this in chat, but this was a trade I took in pre-market, and basically, I liked the pattern. It hit the support, started going up, and broke the moving averages, broke the VWAP, and I got long. Actually, I wanted this to dip around here. I was kind of hoping that it would dip around this 1050 level and kind of consolidate a little bit to form the right shoulder, because this is sort of like an inverse head and shoulders right there. See, this is the head, it's the left shoulder. I was kind of hoping this would consolidate a little bit and then break, but kind of popped up. I was like, well, it's the same theme that we've been seeing the last few weeks, so I'm just gonna take advantage of it. So I got long. I think on a break of 11 and added 11. I think it's like 11:30, and then scaled out. So that's what I did, and I've been doing that the last few weeks. I take these trades in pre-market when there's a lot of volume. Now, when market opened, I tried to take this when it hit this 9 level. I was trying to bounce it. So hit this level. I was thinking, okay, well, this could kind of shoot up to this, at least this VWAP retest, or close to the VWAP. But I got in at 9, and as soon as it started dropping, I stopped out. I didn't wait to get stopped out over here or over there. That would have just been a big stop out level. And I'm not giving this stocks a lot of room, really. If it's not working, I try to get out as soon as possible. I'm not trying to give it a lot of room. This right here, this pattern would have been a nice double bottom if, it broke this right here and then it just failed. This would have been a nice double bottom. Like if it was like towards the early parts of the year, before the summer, this probably would have broken to the upside and gone all the way up to like, I would say like right here at like 950. But um, but that's what happened. That was that was my first stop out right there. And let's see, the next trade I took was MESO. So I took MESO. Now, actually, no, the second trade I took was CREG. Yeah, so CREG was the second trade I took. So I didn't take CREG in pre-market. Just kind of pumped. There was some guy in the chat room pumping this crap pre-market. So I was, it didn't give me enough dip to get in. So I just kind of left it and was watching for when the market opened. So market opened. I wasn't, watching it here. I wasn't paying attention. That was when I was in TLC. So, but I did take it right here. I think when it pulled back right here, I think I got in at like 406 or 408, somewhere around there, and it popped up to 433. I mean, I could have taken a profit. I could have taken like a 25-cent profit right there if I wanted to, but I didn't. I wanted it to get to at least 440. That was like my target. I mean, I knew the VWAP was right here and it could retrace, but I just felt like it could at least give touch this 439 at least. Okay, but it went up to 433 and then it came and then I stopped out. I was like risking like 5 cents, between 5 to 10 cents, because this, I got in right here. I was like, well, if this thing comes down, then that means it's not going up, because normally when a stock does this type of pattern right here and breaks this level, it should go up. It should continue up. It shouldn't do this pop and come down. And if it does that, you just need to get out. That means it's failed. And if you look closely, I kind of made a like I didn't react quick enough. Like this pattern would have been perfect for me. You see this right here? This is a triangle formation right here. See this, and this is like a double bottom. I would have taken this if I had seen this. I would have gotten in right here, this 396, and that would have been enough room for me to take profits around the 433 level. But I got in over here. I was thinking it was going to continue up, but that's not what happened. And as you can see, as soon as it broke this level right here, broke this support, it just faded and closed that low of day. Look at that. From all the way from, let's say, 530, closed at 296. So yeah, you guys just got to be careful if you're long, man, because the market makers are they're trapping people left and right. There's these scam ways. There's a lot of manipulation going on. I mean, if you're in the chat, we talk about it all the time. You can see it plain as day. They're manipulating these stocks. So the worst thing you could do is try to chase any stock to the long side. You don't want to do that. Okay, you just want to give it some room to breathe and make sure it forms a pattern or consolidating above a nice level, and then you can take that trade. But you just don't want to chase it. Back in earlier in the year and in June and all those times, like you could get away with chasing because everything was popping up left and right. But now that's not what we're seeing right now. So you have to be selective with your entries. Okay. So I got stopped out. I think I lost like 10 cents or something like that. So that was that. Let's see, another trade. Some of the guys called in FAMI today. They called it in chat, but two reasons. For one, I just when it was popping up over here, I just didn't pay attention to it because I didn't care. It's below my price level. I don't like trading stocks that are below like the $3 price level. I just don't like it. If it's trading at $1, $2, I usually don't pay it any much attention. But this would have been, if I was in chat, I would have called this out. And plus, I left the desk. I had a lot of stuff to take care of, and I'll be leaving here pretty soon. So this recap will be really short. But so this right here, if you guys can see this is a nice formation. Higher lows, broke VWAP. Look at this. This is pretty. And actually, it broke this level and it came back to retest it and it held. This is a really good pattern. Like especially when it breaks it and comes back to retest it and holds, yeah, that's a good long opportunity to at least to scalp it. So you see it right here. You know, this is a nice triangle formation right here, ascending triangle. This is really cool. So if you know, I would have called this out in chat. Like if I was in chat, I would have called it out. But this is pretty good. Some guys took the trade. I know a lot of people took it in chat, but I didn't take it. But I just wanted to point out this pattern for you guys so you can see it. It's clear as day. It's really that was a really solid pattern right there. Okay, so just to touch on some of the trades we took a few days ago. So let me think NTN was yesterday. NTN was pretty cool, man. Let's see. So NTN, I got long on this when it broke. When it broke this level right here, this pre-market level, that's when I got long. I mean, I could have taken some of these trades over here, but I probably was watching something else or something. But when it broke this pre-market level, I got long when it pulled back, and I held this thin, and it was a really nice trade because all I did was just I kept adding on dips. It's uptrending. I just added some on dips, scaled out while I was trading around my core position. So I think my core position was around that 590 level. That was like my core. So what would happen is when it popped, I took some profit and it pulled back. I added long. It popped, took some profit, and I just kept doing that. And that was a really nice profit for me on NTN. So you don't want to trade against the trend. A lot of times people try to trade against the trend, and man, it doesn't end well. If you see a stock uptrending, the best thing to do is just add on dips. Just buy dips, especially when it's forming higher lows. You just want to buy dips. You don't want to be shorting and just getting stopped out and short and getting chopped up. You don't want to do that. If the stock is uptrending, wait for it to form a backside move. If you want to short it, just wait for the backside. But this was a pretty decent trade I took to the long side. It's NTN. Let's see. Another good one was IGC, guys. So IGC, that was another one. I didn't trade IGC. I didn't trade that because this stock I saw it in pre-market and around the first hour it went up. I didn't trade this at all because I didn't like the price range. I don't like trading stocks that's less than $3. For a lot of times, I noticed they just trade differently. They just trade weird. But I just wanted to point this out. This was pretty good. Kept holding VWAP, trading above, the moving averages, and on top of that, it was trading above the pre-market high. So that's pretty bullish. And if I was taking this, I would like to add on dips. So this would have been. Let's see here. Let me see if I can draw a trend line for you guys. So look at that. This was pretty solid. This is an uptrend. It broke this triangle formation right here. See, higher low, broke it, and came back to retest. And this held. Like it literally came back and retested this. And I would have gotten long right here. If I had traded this, and if it was like, say this stock was like $4 or something, I would have probably gotten long right here, and then just kept adding on dips. Add on dips, scale out, and trade around the core. So look at that. It went all the way after it retested this 188 level. Look at that. It went all the way to like 350. I mean, geez, it's almost 100%. And then the next day it continued onwards before hitting this level and pulling back. So IGC was a pretty decent trade if you guys took that. I didn't take it at all. Now let's go to the big boy trade. That's MCRB. So let me see if I can get that for you guys here. 1 second. So MCRB, some people like to call it McRib. They're like, oh, McRib. So MCRB. So I got this trade in pre-market. Like MCRB traded well. Like in my opinion, it traded well, at least on the open when it broke this level. So what happened was I got this stock in pre-market when it formed a higher low. Look at this trend line right here. This was pretty good. Let me see if I can draw that for you guys. Right there. I think I got in around when it broke this level right here. I got in and scaled out, and that was a higher lows above the moving averages and the VWAP, and it popped up at the open, went all the way up to like 2075. As soon as the market opened, it popped up and pulled back. Now, initially, what I thought was, I thought this was going to like do this, like consolidate, and then just break this moving averages and the VWAP, and then just fade, like all these other stocks have been doing. Okay, and I think what happened was when this stock broke to this like when this stock started forming this higher low right here, consolidating, and then broke this level, it caught a lot of people by surprise because they didn't think that it was form this pattern right here. They probably thought it was just going to do this and fade the whole day, but that's not what happened. Okay, so I took MCRB. I think I got this right here when it broke this level. This is like a, see this right here? It's like a double bottom W formation. So I think I got this right here. It skipped. I think it broke this level and got halted. So it broke the pre-market high and then got halted. Now, when this stock is halted, it's above the moving average, it's above the pre-market high, right? It opened when it opened and it popped up a little bit and it started, it dropped. A lot of people got short. Okay, so a lot of shorts, what they'll do is when they wait for stock to, like when it halts and it starts to show weakness, a lot of shorts will pile in. They start shorting it, like hoping that it just drops and then maybe goes into a downside halt and then continues. When it opens, it just fades the whole day. But what happened was it popped up and it dropped. Like it like popped up a little bit and then it dropped. And then shorts were like, they were trying to short this thing. But I didn't, honestly, like when I was looking at this, I was like, there's no way I'm just going to try to, short this. Even if I had shares to short it, I wouldn't even try to short it because it just broke out of this W formation, right? And it broke above the it broke above the pre-market high. It's holding. There's the VWAP, the moving averages over here. I wouldn't be short this name at all. Like if I was to try to short it, I'll wait for a backside. So what happened was it came and it held this part. And when it popped at this level, a lot of shorts are going to try to cover on that spike. They're like, "Oh my God, this isn't dropping like we thought it was gonna drop. Let me go ahead and cover." So I added to their cover. I just knew that was what's gonna happen. So when it kept coming this way, I was like, "Yep, these guys are gonna panic. They're gonna try to cover because there's a whole lot of room right here." So I basically added, scaled out. So MCRB was a really good trade, man. I added on the break, and then I just kind of pieced out of my positions, scaled out, moved my stop to break even, and so that was a pretty decent trade, man. And as you can see, it held up the whole day. Like it never broke this. It never broke this level right here. This low that was formed at the open. It never broke it. It just kind of held at this level and popped towards the power hour. So yeah, if you were short, you would have just like, oh my God, this isn't holding. I'm gonna try to cover before the market closes, and that I'm sure that's what caused this spike right here. Let's see, this spike is shorts covering this right here. That's what happened. It's getting towards the close. This thing isn't fading, and they don't want to hold overnight, so they're just gonna cover, and that's what caused the spike. So those are the trades I took this week. You know, we've been seeing the same patterns. Like I said, it's the same thing. Just going forward, we're gonna be seeing these same patterns throughout the month of August, and I'm sure probably September we're gonna see the same thing. It's the longs. If you're long this market, you just got to be careful, man. Be quick. Know your stops. Don't try to be a hero. Never ever average down on a loser. And yeah, the shorts are eating right now. They're making money. Okay, so if you're long, this is a shortest market right now. So they're making money. My opinion, I think eventually the sentiment is going to change and it's going to go back in the favor of the longs. But until then, just don't blow your accounts and stick to your stops. Trade with a smaller share size. Like I've actually reduced my share size, like I drastically from what it was earlier in the year in June. I've reduced it drastically. Like I'm taking like almost a third of what my actual share size is, and it's reflected on the P&L. You can see it on there too. It's not as big as it normally is. But that said, thanks for tuning in. I'll be back next week with another weekly recap, and you can check me out. I'm in madassmoney.com. The link is in the description right there. Just feel free to sign up with the link, and you can check me on Twitter as well, Market Omega. So feel free to connect with me on Twitter. And yeah, take care. Have a wonderful weekend, you guys, and I'll catch you guys next week. Bye.